In this lesson, we are going to calculate the distance of a line segment using the distance formula. Now, in the previous lesson, you had actually proved to me, or provided proof of, or how about this? You derived the distance formula. Like, you showed me how it makes sense, basically, by, yeah, you just showed me, right? Now, today we're going to actually use it. So let's write the distance formula first. So our distance is the square root of, let's see, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Remember, this is just a different look at the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let's label this. This can be x1, this can be y1, this can be x2, y2. Remember that in the previous lesson when you were looking at the videos and everything, remember that essentially all we did was build or construct, really, a fancy geometry word, right? We constructed a right triangle. And to find this distance, we did x2 minus x1. And to find this distance is x2 minus x1. And this distance was y2 minus y1. So let's just go ahead and use it then. I was going to wait until the next page because I have more examples, but let's just do it. So in this one we have a 4 minus 1 squared plus 6 minus 2 squared. And we'll take the square root of all that. That will give us the distance. So 4 minus 1 is 3 squared. If you want to leave that in parentheses to help you remember, then do it. Okay, so distance equals, and that's 9 plus 16, which is 25. Now remember that, that's actually not, I'm in a rush, right? This is, the square root of 25 is actually positive and negative 5. But the only one that makes sense when it comes to distance, like from here to here, is not negative 5. I mean, it's not going to be negative 5. This is a distance of positive 5. So we're going to jump straight to this one. You don't necessarily even have to put this one here. You can just jump here to here because we're talking about this positive distance, so to speak. Let's look at the next page of examples. Okay, so we did one with positives already, so let's skip example 2. Let's go to example number 3. At least it has a negative in it. So let's write the distance formula. No, we don't even have to write it. Let's just substitute in values for it. Okay, so this can be x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so x2 minus x1. So 3 minus negative 3 squared plus 14 minus 6 squared. Remember, the order really doesn't matter because what you're going to do is do the math, and then you're going to do the math, and then you're going to add them together. So you can technically do this one here and this one here, but let's just keep it the same, okay? 3 minus negative 3. So we know that turns into plus. So 3 plus 3 is 6 squared, which is 36. And 14 minus 6 is 8. And we know, I'll do it like that. And we know that 8 squared, 8 times 8 is 64. So I'm going to go ahead and write in all this. We can write that a little nicer. Okay, a little nicer. And then like this. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much on that. I don't know why I did it that way. And 36 plus 64 is 100. And the square root of 100 in distance terms, we'll use the positive, so positive 10. Keep in mind that if you did it the other way around, you would get the same answer. Like instead of, we did 3 minus negative 3. I don't know why I keep doing that. 3 minus negative 3. And 14 minus 6, or why I keep doing it that way. But if I did 6 minus 14, I would get negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. If I did it negative 3 minus 3, I would get negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. So I would end up with the same answer, no matter if I did this point minus this point or this point minus this point. And let's just do one more. I feel like you'll get this whole point. Get it? Point. Now, so square root, so x1, y1, x2, y2. So negative 3, something about that just throws me off every time. Negative 3 minus 12 squared. And then 7 minus negative 5 squared, and we add them together. So negative 3 minus 12 is negative 15. Oh, I forgot this parenthesis here. Better. 7 minus negative 5, so that's going to be 7 plus 5, which is 12 squared. And negative 15 squared is positive 225. I'm going to just leave it. Well, I guess I don't need the parentheses. And then 12 times 12 is 144. Which gives us, let's see, 369. So I guess I'm gonna have to try to figure this one out. I think I know what it is. I just don't want to be wrong on here. Look like a fool. So, or maybe I just made up these random points. That's entirely possible too. So 369 square root. Oh, it's a random one. Okay, 19.2. So it's approximately 19.21. I rounded. And that's ugly. This is better, I think. Okay, thank you. Bye.